Hello, my name is Christine Meck, and I am a District Language Acquisition Specialist. Welcome to Module 3 of our EL Micro Powerburst series. Today, we're going to talk about a strategy that bundles high-yield sheltered strategies in a simple instructional routine. Previously, we discussed the phenomenon of learned helplessness. We shared a strategy called What to Say Instead of I Don't Know, which not only promotes accountability for learning, but also combats learned helplessness. I hope you've had some time to try this and students are learning to advocate for their own learning. So instead of saying, I don't know, they have the language to use when asking for help. The last time we were together, we discussed learned helplessness. So today, I will be modeling this research-validated routine using our prior knowledge from module number 2. Think about the things you've done to help combat that learned helplessness in your classroom. Remember the thinking chin? Let's all get into our thinking stance. We just took 5 seconds to get our brains settled and ready for learning. Keeping your thinking chin, I want you to consider this question. How might we combat learned helplessness in our teaching practice? When you can answer this question using this sentence stem, put your fist on the table. Okay, I can see most of you have your fist on the table. Please share with your elbow partner your thoughts. Don't forget to use a complete sentence. I heard some great conversation about ways that you combat learned helplessness, and I loved hearing complete sentences in your discussions. Now, let's number off 1 through 6. All right, good. Do we all have a number? Great. Now, I'm going to roll 1 die to see who's going to answer. It's a 4. If you have a 4, please stand up behind your desk. Angel, I see you have a number 4. How might we combat learned helplessness in our teaching practice?
One way we might combat learned helplessness is by always going back to the students that didn't know. This way, they're always accountable and no one is ever off the hook.
Yes, Angel, that is a fabulous way to help combat learned helplessness. And thank you for speaking in complete sentences. Teachers, you just completed a simulation of the QSSSA routine. The Q stands for the question. We provided a question, and the question was, how might we combat learned helplessness in our teaching practice? The question I posed was open-ended as to encourage higher level thinking and to avoid yes or no answers. The first S is for signal. Notice before I asked the question, I had you get into your thinking stance. When we do this with our students, it allows their brain to calm down and get ready for thinking, while also providing that crucial wait time. As teachers, we need to know when the students are ready to respond. The response signal I gave was to lower your fist to the table when you could answer the question. STEM. A STEM was provided. One way we might combat learned helplessness in our teaching practice is by, and this is the structured language piece that many of our students need when responding to a question in a complete sentence. The final S is for share. This is the most important piece of QSSSA. It is imperative that our students practice the academic language by participating in a structured conversation in which all students must respond in a complete sentence. Student-to-student interaction has been shown to have a significant effect on student achievement. Structured conversation ensures students have multiple exposures to academic vocabulary and are given the chance to use new terms in an authentic context. Finally, we have assess. After we have done all of these things, students should be ready to share their thoughts with the whole group. It is important that we are checking for understanding all along the way, so this way we know when students are or are not getting the content that we are teaching, and we use a randomizer of a die. The structure QSSSA builds in the formative assessment piece. Did you recognize that I didn't call on people that had their hands in the air? As you learned earlier in step 3 of the 7 steps, that we should randomize and rotate who we call on. Take a moment to think about what subject area you would like to implement with the QSSSA strategy. Is it math, science, social studies, or maybe it's ELA? We challenge you to use this routine in at least one subject area until you and your students become comfortable using it in all academic areas. This concludes Micro Powerburst module number 3. Thank you so much for attending this session, and we'll see you next time with more EL strategies.